The term common law is used to define the body of rules that become established naturally, however are sanctioned by state authorities. Its sources are the ethnic cultural heritage. The Prussian sources, the work by Erasmus Stella, chronicles by Simon Grunau, and Luck David tell us about the laws of legendary Prussian rulers of the 6th century, brothers Vaidevutis and Brutanis. These laws legalized the norms of a traditional way of life as well as management of social and family relations. Punishments provided for in the law code of the rulers were imposed for severe crimes. For example, the death sentence was imposed for killing a person if family members and relatives of the killed demanded that. For a third theft, the thief was given to dogs to be torn to pieces. And for rape, the criminal was burnt alive if the victim demanded that. The laws established equality of all the free inhabitants of Prussia, prohibited forcing people to work for the benefit of others, and awarded nobility to good warriors, defined as skillful riders. In the sphere of family relations, the law testified to the phenomenon of polygamy among the Balts. However, the number of wives was restricted to 3. They also underlined that the first wife had to be a local woman. The laws established the hierarchy of the religious system of the Balts. 3 highest gods were identified: Perkunas, Pakulas, Opatulas, and Patrimpas. It becomes clear from the law that a single cult system existed in Prussia. There was a common sanctuary for the entire land, Romuva. Historical documents of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania often mentions that one or another action was carried out according to the custom. This was the practice even among the royal persons. For example, in 1562, ruler Sigismund Augustus married off his sister Catherine to John, the Duke of Finland. One of the sources said that, quote, in accordance with the custom, he asked the princess, in the presence of her sister, if she agreed to marry of her own free will. Common law formed the basis for the first law codices of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, the Kazimier's Charters and the Statute of Lithuania. The provisions formulated in accordance with the customs in the first version of the statute regulated damage caused to a field or a meadow by cattle, the taking of animals, warranty, inheritance of property, fines and punishment for injuries and killings, the following of a thief, imposition of an oath, terms of settling accounts in cash, prescription and court fees. And most importantly, the possibility was provided for judges to follow the custom in those cases where there was no necessary provision in the statute. The statute reflects the peculiarity of the Baltic customs too. For example, a married woman was valued higher than a man. The punishment for killing or injuring her was twice as harsh. For a girl who was marrying into another country, her husband had to pay a marten or kunitsa payment to the estate manager. The girl from another country who was marrying a local man did not have to pay the marten payment, but during the first harvesting time she had to give the perfect 3 cubits of linen cloth from her palm, as it was written. The Statute of Lithuania legalized the Kuopa court, investigating and settling disputes over land on the spot. It also codified this process. This court, which originated from the archaic community customs, used to take place on the site of a crime or a property dispute. Cases of the people who belonged to a non-privileged class and who lived in the country were handled at the Kuopa gathering of the village. The Kuopa courts consisted of 3 judges. Each party to the case appointed 1 judge, and the 3rd judge was chosen by common agreement or was appointed by the authorities. The judges asked the community members of their opinion. The relics of this kind of court survived for a very long time and later mingled with the krivule, the gathering of the village men to solve common matters. Even in the 20th century, during the period between the wars, there were some cases where a village community would punish criminals, for example horse thieves, on their own.